Hello and good morning, everyone. We'll give it just another 30 seconds here. If anybody else trickles in, make sure I got all my stuff. Okay, we're looking good. Let's start it nice and easy. Heel to toe, just getting some elevation. Not rocking back and forth as much as you're just trying to push your head to the ceiling. You get about 10 each way. A little blood flow to the feet and calves. And from there, we'll switch it up to straight leg march. Nice easy kicks to start it off. Not too worried about height. Let's get 5 each side. Once you got about 5 each side, kick that leg forward. We got toe touchers. Again, not too worried about depth per se, as much as hinging at that hip, keeping the back flat, loading up that hammy. We got 5 each side. Once you got those, let's get 10 jumping jacks. Follow up your 10 jumping jacks with arm series, standard 10 apiece, nice and loose. There, we got J curls. We'll get 3 passes, roll down, take your time, roll back up. Tuck the chin, let the arms dangle, take a look behind you. Try and get a nice deep exhale. And from there, we're going nice and wide. We got sunrise, good mornings. We'll go 3 each way. Take your time, go nice and slow, reach up to the ceiling. Let those hands dangle across the floor. From there, narrow back up. Find your squat stance. We got 5 regular old squats. From there, we're going hand walks. 2 forward, 2 backwards. Getting out there nice and long. Follow up on the tippy toes. Working hard to keep those knees locked out. Once you got 2 forward, 2 backwards, let's go band. You're going to give it a twist across the middle, then flip it around to the back. We got flies, nice and easy and light. Just get a little blood flow. Let's get 20. Got a lot to do in the pushing department today. It's going to be a big time chest pump day, making sure we have adequate blood flow. Get all this going. Once you got about 20, go ahead, flip it around. And we got band pull parts. Drive the hands deep back behind you. Meet the scaps together. Again, get about 20. Once you got 20, let's get dislocates. We got 10. Trying to keep the elbows locked out throughout. Nice, big, smooth circles. Once you got those, step inside. Band shoulder tees. We got 10. And once you got those, you can go ahead, hang up your band, set it to the side. Let's head down to the ground. We got a wrist stretch. And flip it over at the backs of the hands. Thoracic rotation. Trying to be very active with it. Reach those fingertips through nice and deep. Open up the chest. Squeeze, get tall. We got 5 each side. Take your time. Taking your shoulders and your chest through a big active range of motion. And once you got your 5 each side, let's finish it off with a passing goat stretch. Settle in. Hang out a couple seconds in each one. Take your time. Settle in. Okay, let's hop up. We're getting into the trainer. We got 15 trainer rows. Make them decently easy. 15 in a row. Just getting some blood flow to the arms, lats. And once you get 15, flip it over. So the same thing with push-ups. Settle that chest in nice and deep. Don't make the angle too intense. Crank it out 15. Once again. Once you got your 15 and 15, let's settle down to the ground, and we've got boss man's 30 each side. Trying to pulse out 8, 9, 10, fairly quick succession. Once you got 30 on one side, switch it over to the other. Woo. Hang on for a couple more if you want to. Try and link them together. Oh, yowza. Okay, let everyone get caught up there. Ooh, I got my water real quick. Be right back. All right. Let's begin. Where are we beginning? Let's get a single set of, chest should be decently warmed up. Let's get a single set of very challenging, very difficult push-ups with good attention to your midline and range of motion, okay? So hips are tight. I'm getting nice and deep. This might be in the trainer. This might be on the ground. This can be whatever you want. We're just getting 6. So this implies that you're getting up into a pretty difficult standard. We're going to talk about where we're going to go with this. But first, crank out your set of 6. Establishing a bit of a baseline. Now, once you've got those 6, can you make it harder still? So I'm going to add a band, loop it through the hands, crisscross across the back, all this kind of good stuff. Let's get one more set of 6. Get a reach set. Bite off a little more than you can chew. That's fine. You're basically establishing a baseline of what you want to try and do for these sets of 6. Not that many reps, trying to make them challenging, but still good mechanics. We'll call that working set 1. You can ditch whatever you've got going on, band, whatever. Using that as a baseline. Yes, we're going to get a little bit pumped up in the chest here. Actually, I take that back. We're not stacking a ton of chest movements, so this should be pretty viable to lean into that chest movement. Okay, light band, we're going overhead squats inside the band for 12. So I'm making myself into this little square sort of inside the band. If this doesn't go, that would be totally fine. You could take the band, have it up overhead, just having those hands stacked up overhead. It's challenging all by itself. So you got 2 methods to work with. I'm going to do 6 reps in each, just so you have an example to think about. I've got my band just up overhead, almost like it's a bar. You guys are picking one and going for a set of 12. I'm just kind of cruising through the options. All in all, the mechanics don't change a ton. It's just when you step inside, it's going to make that quite a bit harder to stay upright, keep those hands pressed to the ceiling. And you're trying to maintain elbow lockout as you sink down deep into your squat. Very difficult position. So you got basically 2 options. Okay. Next. We're grabbing let's see how this band works. We're grabbing a heavier band or a series of bands. We're going to do some banded good mornings. And we're not going for Real hard resistance here. We're going to treat this more like a little bit of position work. So I settle this around the shoulders. That tends to be the easiest way to get into it. I step inside, and now I'm kind of wearing this like some suspenders. From there, push my hips back, keep my back flat, knees stay soft. I can even think of pushing my knees increasingly back. That's going to load up my hamstrings even a little bit more. If as I go down, I kind of squat into it, hamstrings aren't really going to get much. Okay, so just want to see you guys go through it. Let's get a set of 10. See what everyone's working with. And again, not going to be super duper hard, but think about that negative, nice and controlled on the way down, maintaining your back position nice and flat at the base. See if you can push your knees back slightly to lengthen those hamstrings. Get a set of 10, and that'll be a good barometer for where we want to go with it. Maybe we want to add some bands to take on more challenge. Once you got 10, you can go ahead and ditch a band. We're back to the beginning. 6 push-ups. I'm going to make mine a little harder still, so you have full license, if they're looking good and feeling good, midline's tight, all that good stuff, to continue making your push-ups harder or easier, depending on fatigue. But that's the goal. 6 hard push-ups. You're treating this almost like a bench press, loading it up, getting 6 good reps. Yeah. Very nice. Okay. We're on to overhead squats. You got your 2 options. Hopefully one of those felt good if you tried both. We got 12 reps. Elbows stay locked out. Hands stay up, pointing towards the ceiling. And I'm trying to maintain my deep squat. Pretty tough to make it all fit together. Whew. That is spicy from end to end. Hips, shoulders. Okay. You got it. All right, from there, everyone's looking good. Y'all had good back positions, good hip positions. And so by all means, add in a bunch of bands. Make it as hard as you feel comfortable pulling off. Again, the goal is not necessarily to make it as hard as possible, but if you can handle the resistance and you can get a little pump across the hammies, then by all means. And we got another set of 10. Hips go back, load up the hammies, good squeeze up top. So even if I've got pretty strong hamstrings, I can get a good negative, load this up, and squeeze as I come through. Priority number 1 is flat back. Priority number 2 is making those knees do the exact right thing. Okay, back to our push-ups. Moving in a nice little clip here. We got 6 hard push-ups. Continue to challenge yourself if it's going well. If you're starting to fatigue, peel it back. Position above all else. And then getting some good deep squeezes. Just 6. All right. Overhead squats. Hopping inside that band. Now, as you continue to open up, because this will force a bit of position. Seeing if you can sink a little bit deeper, finding the full base of that squat while keeping the arms locked out, hands pushed out those 45-degree angles. Yeah. Okay. Getting 12 there. All right. And back to our good mornings. Set of 10. We got a bunch of these sets. None of the pieces particularly over the top strenuous. So we'll just get a nice pump across a couple of different places here. Load up those hammies. Especially in these submaximal places, the way I always like to frame it to myself is, how difficult and technical can I make it with the stimulus in front of me? So sure, I could just kind of crank through these, not feel much. But if I'm very deliberate, smooth, controlled, elongation of the hamstrings, pause, squeeze, not only does that help me get some benefit, get some feel for it, it just overall helps me improve the whole game as a whole. Moving better, better positions all around. Push-ups, set of 6. Okay. You guessed it. Overhead squats. Set of 12. Trying to settle in. Woo. Okay. Another set of good mornings. And we're going to get through this one more time. This is movement 3. Hit all 3 movements one more time. Then we're moving on to a different sequence. We're getting 10 reps here. All right. One more time through, then we're going to move on to our next sequence. So go ahead and attack those 6 hard push-ups. I'm going to go for it. I'm feeling good this morning. Let's see how this goes. Tough to get into. All right. Woo! All right. Next, overhead squats. Final set. Set of 12. Take a very quick break after we get through this sequence. Yeah. All right. Good mornings. Final set. Set of 10. We'll take a quick break. Then on to the next thing. Hopefully you guys are feeling a nice little pump across the hammies. I'm feeling nice and loose, nice and warm, ready to go. All right. Okay. Let's take a minute. Nothing too terribly long. Grab a sip of water. You'll need a couple of things. Long PVC. Oh no, wrong thing. Not yet. Kick that out of here. You'll need your high anchor. High anchor ready to go. And let's thread some bands in there. I'm gonna go with, I'll go with these two. Okay, so my chest is feeling pretty spicy, a little bit cooked. And now we're going to completely scorch it with some band assisted push-ups for volume. Okay, so the goal is 30. And truly, my first 10 reps should feel like nothing. Because by the time I get to 22, you're going to be trying to hang on for dear life. Okay, best way to get into this. Tuck it underneath the armpits. Settle straight down. That helps keep it in place. And then going into your push-ups. So if you got it, go ahead and go for it. Get your 30. I'm just going to hang back, make sure everyone's got a good solution. We'll troubleshoot if something gets funky, but you're going for your 30. If you're using a trainer, totally fine. Whatever gets you that volume. Go ahead and knock them out, guys. Set of 30. Just want to make sure everyone's off to a start with something that makes sense. If the band does slip down to the waist, that's totally fine. It's just going to give you less overall resistance. Okay, set of 30. Trying to crank them out all in a row. They're effortless. There's nothing, hardly any resistance. But by the time I get to 30, oh boy. Woo. Okay. So let everyone finish up and get through that. So questions to ask yourself are, if you did not get 30 in a row, which is totally fine, but trying to increase the resistance, That might be walking up if you're on a trainer. That might be using an additional band. That might be getting up into those armpits a little more so that you can try and get 30 in a row. That muscular endurance is the sensation we're going for. Okay, next, pretty straightforward. I've got leg raises. We're getting 30. My heels never touch the ground. Further is not better, so I'm not trying to like kick all the way up and over. Basically just hitting this 90 degrees, shortening that rib cage over and over again. My hands placed underneath my hips. Just brace that pelvic tilt, keep my low back safe. And again, trying to get 30 in a row. Oh, woo! Good times. Okay, just 2 movements for this one. We're getting 3 sets of it. So let everyone get their leg raises. We're gonna hop back up into that banded push-up volume. I think I went maybe a little too bandy last time. Try and crank up that resistance a bit. So make a decision for yourself. How much resistance is going to get you that unbroken set of 30? The goal being those last 10 are really what you're settling into. So if you get 10 and then you break, you've gone way too heavy. Trying to get all 30 in a row. Crank them out, guys, whenever you are ready. Banded to the armpits is going to give you the best overall assistance. Woo! Goodness gracious. That is pumpy. All right, guys, hopefully you're hanging in there, getting pretty close to that 30 unbroken. Again, if it's not absolutely 30, that's fine. Just as long as you're cranking into that deeper volume. Okay, whenever you're ready, we got pike leg raise, hands underneath the hips. Once again, we got 30, keeping that rib cage short, hips tilted up gently to the ceiling by way of the hands and wrists, and just hitting that 90-degree arc back and forth. Ooh, yeah. All right. Whew. Okay. All right, one more time on your push-ups. We're in no rush. We got plenty of time. I'm going to let that chest cool down for just another 30 seconds or so. If you guys are ready to hop in, crank them out. Don't let me stop you. Go and go for it. I just want to make sure I get my full 30. Okay. Oh man, that was the one right there. Hey. All right. Oh, barely move my arms around. All right. Finish up your 30. And then from there, we've got a final set of leg raises. 30, no heel touch, 90 degrees, cranking away. Oh, all right. All right. Take another quick minute. Just let everyone get to the same space. Grab a sip of water. Pretty simple setups. For our conditioning. We're going to dual purpose this first one. Get it going for 2 movements. Okay, so I want Y band setup. I've got a thicker band, doubled up, threaded through, and I've got a next band down. From there, I'm going to thread in my PVC pipe. I'm going to make my sort of water skiing attachments. That's what we're going for. Low attachment, or water skiing. And once everyone's in there.
Which bands do you have in there? Are they doubled up? I can't tell.
They're doubled up, truly any bands. So I would go with the heaviest band for this bottom one, and your next heaviest for the top one. And yeah, they're double looped up. Okay, once you're in here, you're gonna go ahead, pull yourself through, and we've got a band standing bench press. Staggered stance, boom, cranking them out. That slight upward angle, just get 5 or so. Once you got 5 or so, easiest way is to step it back, unthread yourself a little bit, and then we'll end up here for a band row. We'll sit down into it, row to my belly button, lower rib cage. So we're just getting 5 of those. Go ahead and knock them out, guys. I'll get some eyes on you. We'll troubleshoot. Cool, Val, that's looking good. If you can get full extension there, great. That might mean you switch out a band, go to the lighter band, totally fine. Cool, Eddie, that's where you want to be for your row. Karen, good. And John, fantastic. Val, good. Okay, I think we're all on the same page. All right, so that's movement sequence 1. So we're very simple. We're on a 3-minute clock. We're going 20 reps back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You're just cranking away. Okay. Once that 3-minute clock is done, we're going to grab our jump ropes. Let's go ahead and grab your jump rope. Jumping jacks, totally fine here as well. We're going to go, for the moment, just 20 jumps or 15 jumping jacks, just to get a little blood flow to the calves, lower body. 20 jumps, 15 jumping jacks. You got those. Set that to the side. Our movement pairing with that is going to be burpees. Let's get 2 burpees. Just basically find your hands and feet. Get a quick 2. Those are our movements. We're going to get 50 jump rope or 35 jumping jacks and 7 burpees. So 3-minute clock, bench press, band row, 20 reps back and forth, 3-minute clock, 50 jump rope, 7 burpees, 50 jump rope, 7 burpees, back and forth. And then we're going to jump back to the top and go through that a second time. So not super long, about 12 minutes. We're going in 10 seconds. Get yourself looped up into your bands. And we're starting with those 20 band bench press in 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Now you can go as fast or as methodical as you like. Obviously, you're going to run up against fatigue some way or another. So your biggest goal is to just try and keep moving. So if it means you're slightly more slow and methodical, you notice I'm not absolutely repping them out like crazy. That's probably the jam as opposed to scorch through them. And then lo and behold, you got 2.5 minutes left to go. Once you got 20, flip it around. And get to your banded rows. You're taking a little seat, rowing nice and deep to that rib cage, low belly button. Trying to drive those elbows back. Once again, getting 20. We are 1 minute in. So you're thinking about 3 rounds. Struggling halfway through that second set. So do what you got to do. You can always walk it back a little bit. We are 2 minutes in. Woo, 15 seconds, a couple more reps. Transitioning right to that jump rope. In about 10. Oh, man. Woo. And 2, 1, grabbing that jump rope. We got 50 jumps, 7 burpees, or 35 jumping jacks, and also 7 burpees. Fifty and 7, 3 minutes. Keep wrapping it out. 1. 120 down, 140 to go. One minute to go. And we're back to the top. Fifteen seconds. Keep chipping away. Transitioning back to that standing bench press in 10. 2, 1, and here we go. Back to that bench press. Little recovery opportunity here, and that is getting into your nasal breathing. Not going to be as oxygen demanding. So trying to recover a little bit, even if it's just a couple seconds here and there. Man, my chest is pretty fried. Whew. Okay. About halfway. 90 seconds down, 90 to go. Almost there, guys. 45. We're switching it up to our last section. Whew. 15 seconds. Switch back up to jump rope. In 2, 1, and here we go. 50 jump rope or 35 jumping jacks, 7 burpees. One minute down, 2 minutes to go. Home stretch, guys, almost there. All right, last 40 seconds, hang in there. Oh, a couple minutes for some stretching. And relax. All right, whenever you feel good to do so, let's take a seat. Wide legs, hang out, let those hands drift forward. Woo, quite the chest pump today, guys. Well done. And from there, I'm gonna pick a side, grab a foot, up and over if you can. And then back to the other side. Get nice and long. And then one more time back down the middle. And relax. Well done, everybody. Another great workout in the books. I will be out next week. So you'll have Andrew 5 days in a row. Lucky you. No Friday, just for 1 week. And I'll be back. So have a wonderful week. Enjoy Andrew's Friday morning class.
You have a great vacation.
Thank you very much. I'll see y'all next time.